In Search of Darkness Part 2 is a 4+ hour sequel to the most celebrated 80s horror documentary in history, featuring 15 new interviews with the likes of Tom Savini, Robert Englund, Nancy Allen, Linnea Quigley, and over 40 returning favorites from Part 1, including John Carpenter, Sean S. Cunningham, Doug Bradley, and Barbara Crampton. Pre-order the documentary now and get a digital version of Part 1 for those who missed out. 3 posters, a collectible enamel pin, and your name listed in the credits. Just when you thought there was nothing left to say about 80s horror. Pre-orders end at midnight on Halloween. Follow the link in the description and join In Search of Darkness Part 2 today. Hey, what's up, people? Pizowell here, and today I want to talk to you about 1990's Brain Dead. Now, this is partially going to be a review of the movie, as well as a review of the new 101 Films limited edition Blu-ray release. Bill Pullman plays Dr. Martin, a neurosurgeon who gets roped into performing an experimental procedure on a mental patient by a slick businessman played by Bill Paxton. Shortly after the procedure, however, the lines between fantasy and reality, patient and practitioner, begin to blur for Dr. Martin. Brain Dead is notable for a couple of reasons. One, because it brought together the two Bills, Bill Pullman and Bill Paxton. Now, I know that there's some people out there who get the two actors confused. They call Bill Pullman Bill Paxton and Bill Paxton Bill Pullman. I've never had this issue personally, but I get it. Brain Dead is also notable for being a really ambitious Roger Corman-produced film, and for being one of the last Concord Pictures / New Horizon films to get a theatrical release. And while watching Brain Dead, I kept thinking, this feels a lot like an episode of The Twilight Zone, which makes sense considering that Charles Beaumont, who wrote for the Twilight Zone television series, actually co-wrote this screenplay. But after about an hour or so, I thought to myself, this probably should have stayed an episode of The Twilight Zone. Brain Dead is an interesting film visually, and again, I give it an A for ambition, but I found Dr. Martin a fairly one-note and difficult character to entirely care for. Pullman does what he can with what little he seems to have here. Co-writer and director Adam Simon seems to put too much emphasis on the trippy visuals, and not enough on the characters, which is a shame, because Brain Dead features a pretty good cast. Alongside Bill Pullman and the late great Bill Paxton, Bud Cort, George Kennedy, and Nicholas Pryor co-star, with Bud Cort delivering a particularly strong performance. Simon presents some slick cinematic sleight of hand here, but the movie gets tedious really quick. Eventually, it begins to feel more like a visual effects artist's showreel, more so than a feature-length film. Ultimately, the talents of Pullman and Paxton are wasted here, because Paxton has so little to do overall, and Pullman's hamstrung by a one-note and honestly boring character. On a side note, director Adam Simon is responsible for my favorite horror documentary, The American Nightmare, which I cannot recommend any higher. It is one of the most intelligent, thoughtful, and moving documentaries about the genre I've ever seen, and features excellent interviews with Tobe Hooper, George Romero, John Carpenter, David Cronenberg, Wes Craven, and Tom Savini. I can't recommend Brain Dead, but if you're a fan of the movie, then this Blu-ray release from 101 Films is definitely right up your alley. As far as the picture quality and sound quality are concerned, I thought Brain Dead both looked and sounded fantastic on this release from 101 Films. The picture quality really complemented the visual effects in the film, as well as the production and set design. I give both the picture quality and the audio quality on this release a solid 4 out of 5. 101 Films sent me a check disc for the purposes of this review, so I can't comment on the presentation for this release. However, this is a Region B locked release, so you will need a Region B or a region-free player in order to play it. As far as extras are concerned, first up we have The Brains Behind the Nightmare. It features interviews with director Adam Simon, journalist Jonathan Rigby, film director Jake West, and actor and special makeup effects artist Barney Berman. It's 44 minutes and 11 seconds in length. They discuss the original script by Charles Beaumont, Tim Robbins almost starring in the film, casting Bill Pullman and Bill Paxton. They discuss the makeup and visual effects, substituting human brains for cow brains, and actually having a real human brain to use in the film. Simon discusses how panicked Roger Corman was over Brain Damage because it wasn't a typical Corman movie, and more. Next, we have Tales from the Cranium, an interview with Adam Simon. It's 16 minutes and 39 seconds in length. Mr. Simon discusses the sets and shooting locations, arguing with Roger Corman over the film's length, having to change the name of the film from Paranoia to Brain Damage to appease MGM, and much more. We get 2 minutes and 18 seconds of deleted scenes, a theatrical trailer, and an audio commentary with Adam Simon and Rodman Flender. I listened to about 30 minutes of the commentary with Mr. Simon and Mr. Flender. It was informative and pretty entertaining. This is a solid release for Brain Dead from the folks over at 101 Films. If you are a fan of Brain Dead, you definitely want to look into picking up this release and adding it to your collection. I'll post a link to 101 Films website in the description. Go over and check them out. Again, this is a Region B locked release, so you will need a Region B player or a Region Free player in order to play it. If you've seen Brain Dead, please let me know your thoughts on the film down in the comments section below. If you've purchased this release from 101 Films, please let me know your thoughts on it down in the comments section below. Also, if you like this video, please leave it a thumbs up and share it on social media. If you're not following me on social media, those links are in the description. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Hope you all out there are having a great, safe, healthy, happy, and horror movie-filled Halloween season. Take care, and until next time, peace. A big thank you to all my awesome Patreon supporters. I appreciate your generosity and support of my channel. Become a patron today and join me for monthly live streams and have a say in what movies I review on my channel. Patreon.com/pizowell or follow the link in the description. Say hello to the internet, Jeremy.
Hello to the internet.